Today we're going to learn how to use a tapeless, fully digital video camera and upload your footage into the computer using Final Cut Pro 7 software. First, there's a few things you're going to need. You're going to need a digital camera, tapeless. You're going to need a power cord to the camera, and you're going to need a mini USB cord that goes to the camera from the camera to the computer. I also would suggest an external hard drive. You can save your stuff to the computer, but if you're doing a group project where multiple people are working on the same files, you want to save it to there so everybody has access and permissions to the files. Okay, once you have the power cord plugged in and the USB plugged into the camera, into either a hub or in the back of the computer, the USB, you're going to turn your camera on after you've shot your footage. Once it's plugged in, you'll need to go to the LCD screen and press the upload button. It shows a little icon of a camera, and it'll ask you select the device type for the USB connection, DVD burner or PC printer. You're going to choose that with this button over here, and then press it down, and then you get the little connection symbol. It says, while the camcorder is connected to a PC, do not disconnect the USB cable or the power source. So you need to be sure that you don't do that and you have a USB cable and a power source connected. So it should be ready for the software to upload your video footage. Once you have your camera hooked up correctly to the computer, you're going to open up the Final Cut Pro 7 software. Once it loads, you may get an error message talking about the external devices. Just click continue. Okay, when you open up Final Cut Pro, you're going to have to set up the scratch disk first thing. And basically what that means is where are the files going to go when you upload it from the camera to the computer. To do that, you're going to need to go to Final Cut Pro, System Settings, and by default it saves it to your Documents folder. Well, you don't want to do that because the files are large, and you also want, if you're working in a group or other people are working on this project, they need to have access to it. So let's set it on the external hard drive. Just click Set. Then you're going to go find your external hard drive. Yours might say Lacey. I named mine differently. And then you're going to create a new folder for this project. Just call this Camera Video. You might name yours something related to your video. So the folder's there, and I'm going to click Choose. And what that did was it set this as the folder for your video, audio, rendering, and capturing. I'm going to uncheck the top folder. So that's where it's set. Click OK. And now, after that, you're going to save your Final Cut Pro project. So you're going to go File, Save Project As, find your folder that you created, and then I'm going to call this Camera Video. You might name yours like your period or what your group is called or what your project's called. Click Save. So you got Camera Video tab right up here. Now let's get ready to upload the footage from the camera to Final Cut Pro. So you're going to go File, Log and Transfer. If you're using a tape, footage from a tape, you would use Log and Capture, but it's all digital, so it's transferring from one place to another. Log and Transfer. Alright. Once Log and Transfer window opens up, you're going to see it's starting to searching for devices that may have video. Okay. Now the footage that I filmed earlier loads. Now you can rename the clips so when it loads to Final Cut Pro it's all named for you, or you don't have to. All you have to do now is you can either select them and drag them down, or select them and say Add to Queue. And because they're large files, you might get the pinwheel, but most 90% of the time it will quit once it finishes the process. Okay, so now they're loading. Now keep in mind in log and transfer you can preview the files and you can actually set the in and out points of where you want it to start and stop. You can get really specific, or you can just load the whole thing and edit it later. As you see, once it loads, it disappears from the queue. Okay, the process finished. All the media is out and the dots are full, so that just shows that all of the video was uploaded. So once you're done, all you have to do is close the log and transfer panel, and you have your 3 videos. You can double click on it and preview it in the viewer, or you can drag it down to the timeline. Now let's look and see where they uploaded to, and they should have gone exactly where we told it to if you followed my directions. Go to your hard drive, go to the folder I created, camera video. Now Final Cut Pro, because we set that as the settings, it'll create audio, capture, scratch, and render files. Capture, scratch is where your videos reside. Now because we named our project before we uploaded, it was not enough to create a folder called camera video. If you did not name your project, it would be untitled. And now all 3 of your video files are right there. Now you can choose to continue in Final Cut Pro using it to edit, or you can copy these files elsewhere and upload them in other software such as iMovie HD.